Greetings in the name of the Most High, the creator of the heaven and earth. Now, I want to make this video because of some critics that came on my page and was talking about my video I did on drinking cold drinks with your mates. And some of them were saying the body internal temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 Celsius. So anything cold goes into the system in the body will take you up that in terms of the temperature. Oh, that's all true. But I ask the same question, go and lay down in some cold water and see what happens to you in 5 minutes. And go and lay down in some hot water and see what happens to you long term. Yeah? So I don't even bother with the critics. That's book sense. I deal with common sense. Yeah? Because the older people will tell you never eat and drink at the same time. And the Chinese and the Asians, all the Asians will tell you they don't eat and drink at the same time. They don't eat cold drinks. They don't eat and drink cold drinks, or they don't drink hot drinks with the meal. They know why. Because they have a different concept than the Western man, the book sense man. See? He has book sense but no common sense. You understand? So I'm going to show you now today why I said what I said, because a lot of the book sense people in the West do not associate arthritis, heart disease, and all these other conditions to the digestive system, because they don't understand that. So plaque has nothing to do with digestion, it says. Oh yeah, it does, right? Secondly, if you're going to criticize anybody on my page, don't use obscene languages, please. I'm begging you, don't do that. We are very peaceful, but we don't want to be arrogant, you know what I mean? To become arrogant, be very peaceful. Do not use obscene languages on my page. Do not call anybody by names like ignorant and idiots and all the effing words. I won't allow that. We are all allowed to criticize anybody because Christ got criticism, he did the right thing. You could be right at time and people will still criticize you. That's the bottom line. That's how life goes, man. You won't find critics. No matter what you do, good or bad, you won't find it. You can do all the good things in the world and you will find one person going to criticize. Because that's life. We have to accept these things. And we have to learn from the critical person who criticizes us. You know what I mean? And learn from that. Yeah? That's how I function. Yeah? So, and I will come back and teach you now. So the body function on a pH of 7.0, 7.5, venous blood, arterial blood, and capillary blood, and urine and saliva, they all are alkaline, but the average person is a very acidic. The pH in the stomach of lots of people have different numbers. Right? Some people pH dropped to 0.1. That's why they have so much trouble in the stomach now. So everybody will have the same pH in the stomach. Right? But the temperature of the body, as I said, is 98.6. So that we could eat hot things, cold things. Yeah, right. Now this here, the stomach, is the processing center because of the earth. So everything that we eat must go to here, because all the clothes you wear, the car you drive, the plane you ride in, they come from the sky, they come from the earth. This is the earth. And if you put chemicals in the soil and the earth don't produce vitamins and minerals, you're going to suffer. If you don't produce or you don't assimilate properly over here, the whole body, this one over here, if you don't assimilate well, here you're going to suffer. If you do not assimilate well in the stomach, the earth, here you're going to suffer. If you do not assimilate minerals and vitamins and enzymes and amino acids, here you're going to suffer. If you do not assimilate in the digestive system, here you're going to suffer. All of that going to suffer because they all depend on the digestive system to follow. That's not book sense, that's common sense. You understand? If you don't assimilate down here in the earth, here you're going to suffer. The endocrine system, all the glands, 9 of them will suffer, plus the nervous system, because hair is bad. You must have hair moving and churning properly. So, from birth to death, we put all kind of things in our mouth and tell our system, our stomach, to shut up and take it. We use foods, we use stimulants, we use relaxants, we use chemicals, we use drugs, and all of that we put into our system and expect our system to get our stomach to give us energy. After putting all these things inside there, and then come and say from book sense, well, you suppose you can drink cold drink with your meals. You don't see it in the beginning, but it damages you long term. For my 61 years of age, I had a stroke. I had pyorrhea in my gums, gingivitis. I was a migraine sufferer, and I had epilepsy. Do I have them now? No, I don't. Why? Because I keep this here healthy. I move my foods out fast. I don't do things that won't compromise my digestive system, which is the earth, and I move things out from here quick so that I don't have the problem. That's what I learned. And I'm trying to teach my people the same thing now. For my 200 patients that I have with stomach disorder, because I have a big box of them, my 200 and plus patients who have digestive disorders, all I had to do was to remove cold drinks, hot drinks, and make them combine their foods well, and make them don't have food sitting in here, and make them don't have food sitting in here, and all their stomach troubles disappear. How come? Is that science? That's not science. That's not book sense. That's common sense. That's what it is. You understand? So don't come and take me for a little food. I've been around a long time now. See? So all this talk about how the body function internally of 98.6 degrees, so your urine can be cold and your stool can be cold. That's irrelevant, man. That's irrelevant. The Chinese know better. That's why they live longer than the man in the West. The man in the West depends on science and your science book and scientific evidence. But the same man who deals with scientific evidence, he don't live long, and he make mistakes like us because they come back and retract what they said before. So I don't depend on them, although they have good strides, but they're imperfect just like all of us human beings. Jehovah is the most important scientist to me. You understand? Now, when you eat your foods and you drink with your meals, especially cold drinks and hot drinks, you shock your stomach. I don't care what they tell me. And Michael Tierra, who is my mentor, Michael Tierra, Dr. Michael Tierra, Dr. David Hoffman, David Winston, Christopher Hobbs, Dr. Wu, Dr. Mitchell Gaynor, who's an oncologist, they're all my teachers. And they know better. And they deal with science. But they use common sense. So when you eat your foods and drink your cold drinks, and you come and say to me, well, when the cold drinks get into here, down here is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit and 37 Celsius, it will turn it into what? Sludges and normal temperature? Oh yeah? So you're gonna eat some protein food and eat some fruits with your proteins and tell me the same thing. You're talking nonsense because you just know better. You're dealing with too much book sense. So over here, when you have a weak diaphragm, your stomach pushes up and shortens your esophagus. Let your old book sense people know that now too. You get a hiatus hernia. And the same medical system tells you that you have a genetic defection in the esophagus, make it short. So 50% of the population have a short esophagus because of genetics. You have a short esophagus because of spasm in the muscles of the stomach because you've been digesting your foods wrong, or you've been eating the food the wrong way, or you've been drinking cold and hot drinks with your meals. So all the layers start spasming. So let's go now. All diseases, stomach disorders, is the first signal of all diseases. Stomach disorders is the cause of diseases now. So when you eat your foods, look where the food goes. It goes into the lung, we call it gullet. The gullet, or we call it the esophagus, goes under and then it passes through, we call it the diaphragm is right here between your lungs. And it goes into the stomach, right? And then your stomach now supposed to digest your foods properly. Yeah? But you don't eat right, you eat and drink at the same time. You eat cold drinks with your meals. So your stomach will work. It's going, oh yes, it's going to work. But it will give you some kind of problem. So the food comes down here, and then the layers of the muscles in the stomach now, the stomach start to do what? It starts to churn like a machine, a washing machine, and it produces acid digestive juices to break down your proteins, and your stomach also produces mucus to protect the same stomach from the acid that the stomach produces. Let the book sense man denounce that too. Follow me now. Follow me now. If when you eat wrong and combine your foods wrong, and you drink and eat at the same time, and you wash away your digestive juices, your stomach can never function well. So then what happens to you? You start to get what we call a shock stomach, spasm in the stomach walls, in the muscles, the stomach layers, called muscle spasm. And then you start to get gas, belching, indigestion, appetite problems, dysbiosis, ulcers, and then you know for a fact that something is wrong inside there. Because those are the symptoms of bad stomach health. Your stomach is telling you something is wrong, but you don't. What you don't do, you don't take no heed. You know what you do? You go and you get some Tagamet, which blocks the irritation or stops it, but you don't fix it. You get Pepto-Bismol, you get Dica, you get Zantac. You start taking Nexium, the one from the sky, the purple pill. They don't fix nothing. Because the book sense man, who don't have no common sense, do not know when your stomach is telling you that something is wrong. He don't tell you how to fix it. He make you pop a pill. The pills don't fix it. Your stomach tells you that something is wrong. You don't take heed. So then what happens to you? You start to get different problems. So here's somebody said to me the other day, I eat everything and anything. That's what he says. And I don't have no stomach troubles. Brother, but you can't see fine print. Brother, I see you walking here with a stick. So he eats any and everything. But when he gets arthritis, when he gets heart attack, when he gets heart disease, when he gets autoimmune diseases, when he gets allergies, when he gets skin eruptions, when he gets all these troubles like impotence and menstrual disorders in women and cancer, he do not relate that condition that he get or he got from down here. He say it is unrelated. That's what the book sense man tell you. All these conditions that you get long term is unrelated to digestive disorders. He said it have nothing to do with that. Plaque in your walls have nothing to do with digestive problems. Fatty liver, gallbladder stones, kidney stones, thyroid troubles, all the glands, the endocrine system. They tell you they have nothing to do with the digestive system. They do. Because stomach troubles is the beginning of diseases. Because this is the earth. It doesn't come from the sky. This is the earth. So once you don't have good elimination, and once you don't have good digestion from here, and once you don't have your food moving quickly because you eat so much 3 and 4 times per day, you kill your organs, you will have some kind of problems. You're going to have Crohn's disease. You're going to have ileitis. You're going to have diverticulitis. You're going to have ulcerative colitis. You're going to have all these troubles in your GI tract because this organ here, which is the earth, was not taken care of, and they've been telling you, and you've been telling him to shut up and take what you put inside there until he talks to you no more. And once he talk to you, you get a disease. And then you tell me now, book sense man, that the disease that he got had nothing to do with his digestive system. That's what you tell me. You tell me that all the troubles in his endocrine system over here, all the troubles in his glands, because of the endocrine system, all the troubles in the glands and the ovaries, all the trouble they have here, you tell me it is unrelated to his digestive system, which is the earth. You tell me all the cold drinks that he drinks, it's nothing to do with the earth. Now let's go over here now. This is our colonic room now. Now when we do not colonic, any colon therapist will tell you now that once you do not colonic, you cannot put hot water in the person's colon, or you cannot put cold water in the person's colon. You have to mix them properly. You follow me? So the book sense person who says, well, over here is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 Celsius. Let's put some cold water in here and put some hot water in here. But when you put the hot water inside there, what happens to you? You burn it up. You shock it. And when you put the cold water in here, you shock it also. That's not books. That's not book sense. That's common sense. So you have to do what? You have to mix them together. And when you mix them and they get up here, they're in body temperature. So when you put the water in here, the colon don't get shocked and the muscle don't spasm and cause you to get irritation, which cause you to get inflammation. So eating and drinking at the same time is wrong. Eating with your cold food is eating and drinking cold things with your meals is wrong. Eating and drinking hot drinks with your meals is wrong. Eating cold foods is wrong. Not because your body function in a terrain of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, means you could chuck anything cold in here and anything hot in here because it will shock them and cause them to malfunction long term. And although your body function in an alkaline system, you can eat acid foods and live, yes, but you will have some kind of problem long term eating acid foods on a regular basis because the body function in an alkaline terrain. 9 fluids in the body function that way except here, which is your stomach. So you all can't tell me nothing. You all did book sense. You all sitting in a classroom too long. Start dealing with some common sense now. You all gonna understand what I'm saying. Because right here, right over here, your stomach, the earth, is the mother of everything. Is the mother of over here. Is the mother of over here. Is the mother of here. Your shoulder. Is the mother of your knee. Is the mother of your hip, your hands, your wrist, and your hip. Everything. And is the mother, the earth, the stomach is the mother of all the endocrine system and the nervous system and even your brain. Because without him, your brain can never function. Without him and without over here, you can never ever survive. So keep on putting cold drinks in your body with your meals and hot drinks with your meals and come and tell me because the body function in all these 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, you could accept it long term. It will damage you long term. It will shock your stomach and then you'll start to get irritation and inflammation. You understand? So all the diseases, plaque in the walls, heart disease, eye trouble, like a refined print. And the average person who's 30 years old, I'm 61, and I can read fine print. I don't have to wear no glasses because I don't use cold things in my meals. I make my food move quick. I don't lay down in the night with food in my belly. I don't lay down in the night with food sitting here to cause me to have troubles long term because this is the earth. So I teach my patients that. And they don't have to have book sense to learn that. You have to have common sense and wisdom from the Most High because He's the most important scientist to me, not man. I don't depend on man for nothing. I depend on the Most High for wisdom. So my troubles that I had to change my diet, and that's what I'm trying to teach people today, to change your diet. Don't eat food at night. Don't eat food later on the night. Don't drink juices. Fruit juices with protein foods. It's going to kill you long term. You won't see it in the beginning, but you won't see it long term. And if you have arthritis, and you have lupus, and you have all these other diseases, they don't correlate that. They're here. Because they say it has nothing to do with here. But it does have to do with your digestive system. So give Jehovah God the glory. And the next video, we're going to talk about assimilating minerals and proteins from here and showing you how you could have better health instead of dealing with the book sense man, deal with common sense because Christ was the wisest man and he wasn't educated. He had no book sense, he had common sense. But over here, give God the glory. Give Jehovah the glory, man. I don't depend on no man. Over here. Wonderful. Blessed love.